Hey everyone, I'm Brett, and welcome to Nightwood Guns. I have really been looking forward to sharing this video with you guys because today we are looking at the TLR-7 HL-X from Streamlight. This has, hands down, become my favorite weapon light for concealed carry. If you watched my EDC breakdown video where I go over everything that I carry daily, you will know that I carry a firearm with a Surefire X300 on it every single day. And I am relieved to say that this TLR-7 HL-X has completely replaced that in my everyday carry setup. Now, I do run an honest channel here, so I want to disclose that Streamlight did send me this TLR-7 HL-X, but I liked it so much, I spent my own money and bought a second one. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you why I made the switch from the X300 to the HL-X. I will also go over the basic features of the light, and I will even show you some nighttime low light footage of me actually shooting this thing, putting it through its paces. I did thoroughly test and vet this before I added it to my everyday carry setup, and I even compared it to the much longer and much bulkier X300. And again, this is an honest channel, nothing is perfect, so I will be going over any downsides that I ran across while running this thing as well. If you've enjoyed videos of mine in the past, or you're enjoying this video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and hit that like, thumbs up button. YouTube is certainly doing gun channels no favors, and those little actions can make a big difference here on GunTube. And also throughout the video, let me know what you think about the TLR-7 HL-X and whether or not you even carry a weapon light every day and why or why not. Now, hopping right into the video, I just want to quickly address the topic of why I concealed carry a pistol with a weapon light. And the answer is because I can imagine situations where I would need it. It's as simple as that. I'm not here to convince you one way or the other. If you are somebody who cannot imagine a single scenario where you might need a weapon light on your pistol, then by all means carry without one. And just to be considerate of newcomers, a weapon-mounted light is not a substitute for a separate handheld light. Sometimes you need to light things up that you are not willing to destroy, so be aware that wherever this light points, you may shoot. So if I've been carrying the X300 for a long time and I'm happy with it, then why make the switch? Well, the answer is why not? Why not take the shorter, more comfortable light to carry? I could carry the X300 for the rest of my life every single day and never complain, but I'm also not going to turn down a shorter, more comfortable light to carry that has comparable output. Now, just to give you an idea of how good the TLR-7 HL-X is, we are running with 1,000 lumens, 22,000 candela, and the beam distance is 297 meters. Now, the head on the HL-X is a little longer than the TLR-7, so if you have a closed bottom holster for a TLR-7, this will not work, but as you can see, it fits flush on something that is Glock 17 length. This is a Glock 19 with a compensator on the end. It's the Radian Ramjet Afterburner, so it is a perfect flush fit setup for something this size. And that's something worth noting. This is the best concealed carry weapon-mounted light for guns that are compact size or larger. This will not fit on a lot of the micro compact guns like a standard SIG P365. So those numbers all sound really good. How does it compare to the much larger, much longer X300 that I've been carrying? So the X300 is also 1,000 lumens and only 11,300 candela. And the beam distance is 213 meters. So if you're paying attention, this much thinner, much shorter light that is very compact outperforms this huge Mongo light.
Mongo only pawn in game of life.
So there has to be a catch, right? There's no free lunch when it comes to stuff like this. And that is true. So the X300 runs on two of these. These are the 123A batteries, and the high runtime on this is over an hour. It's about 1.25 hours. The TLR-7 HL-X is running on a lithium-ion USB-C rechargeable SLB9 battery, which is, essentially a 123A, just fancy. This is how it's getting that crazy output that arguably beats the X300. The downside, though, is that high output that beats out the X300 is only a half hour. So what does that mean for the HL-X? Well, that means that it's not a duty light. I would not run this in any kind of duty capacity because 30 minutes of that high output is just simply not enough for a gun that is being used often. But for concealed carry, it is perfectly adequate. That 30 minutes, you're not going to be flicking this thing on and off very often. I mean, unless you live in a really bad neighborhood. Like if you frequent the Waffle House, I would probably go with a different light. Now let's take a look at some range footage and put this head to head with the X300 so we can see what it looks like. So I started the night by just putting the target out to a typical self-defense distance, and it's clear to me that the X300 definitely has a wider throw. But man, that HL-X is really giving this significantly longer X300 a run for its money. Now moving back to 50 yards, I put these two lights head to head, and yeah, looking at this footage too, the X300 definitely has a wider throw, but as far as a lighter weight, less bulky, and significantly shorter everyday carry weapon light, the HL-X is still pumping out a very impressive output. But as far as practicality goes, I would say that they are dead even as far as efficiency when it comes to, seeing what's in somebody's hands or being able to see, who or what is at a distance. I doubt you would need to use a pistol weapon mounted light at that kind of distance in many situations, but, some people live on large property and they might need it in that kind of situation. I'm definitely 100% comfortable swapping out the X300 for this HL-X. Another situation that I can dream up in my head is you're being faced with a threat who is either behind a vehicle, in a vehicle, behind the door of a vehicle at night with the headlights on you, and you need to be able to punch through those headlights with a weapon light to make an accurate shot. So putting these two lights head to head in that scenario, again, they performed nearly identically, which is so impressive for this little HL-X. As you can see, I can punch through the headlights and see what is going on inside the car, and even see what is going on behind the car, and even catch the tree line in the back. So the HL-X performs very well at self-defense distance, at extreme distance in the dark, and even punching through headlights to make a shot inside or behind a vehicle. And also, just to show you guys a dynamic environment, I also shine both lights inside of my vehicle in the dark. If you, were searching for what you knew was a threat, since again, anywhere you point the weapon mounted light, you are pointing lethal force. And I'm also up to 1,500 rounds on this HL-X in particular, so I know that it definitely stands up to recoil, at least for now. I'll keep you posted if anything changes, but I'm certainly not expecting it to. Streamlight is a quality company. And again, since I wouldn't run this in a duty role anyways, only in a concealed carry role, you might not need the same bomb-proof durability that the Surefire X300 offers. Now, one more potential downside that I did notice is depending on which firearm you mount this on, it can be difficult to reach the switch. I didn't really have an issue with many pistols, but for example, on my Bull Armory double stack 1911 here, the SAS-2, it is extremely easy to hit the switch. I don't have to adjust my hands at all. But when I bring it over here to the 10mm Glock 20 with the longer trigger guard, as you can see, it's a little bit of a reach for me. I also wear a medium-sized glove. I don't have super long thumbs, but I can obviously stretch forward and hit it if I need to. It's just a little bit of a stretch on some guns. But of course, there are aftermarket switch solutions to help solve that problem. Honestly, the biggest downside to the HL-X is everybody made TLR-7 holsters, and this has a longer head to it, so it's really difficult to find holsters for this right now, and it's been out for a minute. So obviously T-Rex Arms is making holsters for the common Glocks, M&Ps for the HL-X, but I want to give a big thank you and shout out to Tenicor holsters for sending me their 2011 or double stack 1911 holster. This one was for the Staccato C2, and as you can see, they run it open bottom, so it will fit the HL-X. But as of me shooting this video, this is the only holster I could find that you can run the HL-X with a 2011 or double stack 1911. So if you've made the decision that you want to run a weapon mounted light for concealed carry, the TLR-7 HL-X is hands down the best option. It's rare that I call something the best. I'm always very clear that I'm offering my opinions on these things, but I just think, objectively speaking, this is a no-brainer, the absolute best choice for concealed carry. And of course, it would also work well in a home defense setting, assuming you're not somebody who uses their weapon light to see where you're going all the time. Not recommended, but some people do it. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and to hit that like, thumbs up button. Leave a comment down below on your way out. And I hope you enjoyed today's video, everyone. It was great seeing you again, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Brett, and this was Nightwood Guns. Nightwood out.